Hello lovely people, welcome to our weekly reading for the week of the 5th of August. I hope you're all well, I hope you've all had a good week. I hope you're looking forward to seeing what the cards have in store for us. Let's have a look and see. Okay, just give this one more little shuffle. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we have the Six of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have Justice. Okay, nice little combination here. So we have one major arcana card, which is the Justice card, which is very much about what's going on underneath, what's the driving force really here. We have the Knight of Cups, which could be an aspect of yourself, or it could be somebody that's close by that is having some kind of an influence on you. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is a minor arcana card, and this is kind of what's happening at the present moment. And so to start with the Six of Wands, we have this card represents. It represents gaining attention, but gaining attention through recognition. Gaining recognition or attention through excellence. So it's through having done something. And this card is in advising you to embrace your talents. And not only to embrace them, but to display them unapologetically. So what this card is doing, it's saying the best way for you to improve your life is to actually love yourself fully. And this includes loving the talents that you have, the gifts that you bring. And this isn't always easy for people to do because many of us have been brought up to, to believe that it's rude to call attention to your gifts. So they would see it as boasting, and so it can take courage to rise above that. This message that is ingrained in so many of us. And what this card is doing, it's telling you to embrace, to fully embrace your talents and your abilities and your worth. So that means that you need to stop belittling yourself. Often people will belittle themselves to appease possibly the wounded egos of somebody else. And, there is such a thing as like attention, like attracts like. So if you are supportive, then if you are at ease with yourself, then you will find people will support you and they will love you for your confidence. And you will attract other people who are comfortable in their own skin. And that's really what I mean by like attracts like. So if you're somebody that's always putting yourself down, then you are going to attract those kind of people into your life because that's the energy that you're sending out and it's the energy that you will receive back. So to lift yourself, then it's important to be the way that, to love yourself and attract those people into your life. So stop being a follower here and lead your own life. That may mean that you have to, you should possibly increase your prices because you're pricing yourself too low in your job, or maybe you need to let your thoughts be known, respectfully, of course. And so it's interesting that this is what this card is telling you to do at this present time. So have a look at your life and see what it is that you possibly need to do to gain the recognition that you deserve, or it's showing you that this is what you are doing and this is what is happening, because it indicates that if you harness your own personal energy and your focus and your enthusiasm to pursue your desired goal, then this is a card for success. This is a card that a goal has been reached, and a job is secured or a home successfully purchased. There's a lot of enthusiasm with this card, and your enthusiasm will surely inspire others. And you could be maybe looking at a promotion or, you know, a new commitment to a relationship. Whatever it is, it's progress, and it's you're gaining recognition. Now, this brings us on to the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups can very much be a creative, or this card can represent a creative or an emotional opportunity. So, you know, maybe you're deciding how to apply passion and enthusiasm to a creative idea, maybe to push it towards maybe, you know, a tangible result. Maybe you're trying to balance the need for stillness with the desire for achievement. Now, both of those things, they offer rewarding outcomes. And this Knight of Cups is an interesting character because he doesn't fear embarrassment or nor shame from opening, you know, his heart, her heart. This card, this knight, reminds people that they are not alone, that they are connected, and that they are valuable, and that they are loved and accepted. So the Knight of Cups appears when it's time to be emotionally courageous. And really, this is linking us back now to this card, isn't it? Because to really embrace your talents and to embrace yourself, and to love yourself and to be proud of yourself, that does take courage to do that, especially if you're in an environment where that is not applauded, you know. So it really does take courage to be your best per self, if you like. And this Knight of Cups is a real reminder to say, to be that person, and, you know, be emotionally courageous. So, you know, when this card appears, that might be, you know, an indication that you're having a hard time expressing your feelings, even to those closest to you. And sometimes it can be the hardest to express your feelings to those closest to you. So the Knight of Cups is teaching you that communication about feelings helps isolation and heals isolation, if you like, and confusion. So, you know, and the more difficult the subject, the more healing it is to be gained from talking about it. But you must be brave. So it's saying, you know, that vulnerability, we all know that vulnerability can be a really scary place, especially if you've already been hurt in the past. And what the Knight of Cups is telling you is that retreating further from others will never heal the heart. The heart only mends when it is brave and open, and allowing new experiences to take place, the place, if you like, of past hurts. Goodness me. So the Knight of Cups is eternally optimistic that the future will be brighter, and it urges you to bring some passion and excitement back into your life. You know, have confidence in your worth and stop being self-conscious. And this brings us right back here, doesn't it? So, you know, it's these two cards are, you know, they're lovely together. They're very affirming of each other. And then we look at the Justice card. Now, the Justice card is the archetype of honesty. That's what justice is. It's the archetype of honesty. And honesty is essential for restoring balance and harmony. And here you have Lady Justice. She's got this sword in her hand here. And her goal is to restore order and equilibrium. And this is symbolized here by the scale that she's holding in her hand. So Lady Justice, she sees situations very clearly. I think of her as being very like the Queen of Swords, actually. The Queen of Swords sees things very clearly. And there's a lot of assertive action here, you know, when you're cutting away the source of imbalance. And imbalance often occurs when we aren't being 100% honest with ourselves. So restoring balance and clarity is very important that we do it, you know, that happens through facts. And swords are very much about facts, really, whereas cups are very much about emotions, and wands are very much about action. So it's you know, I'm loving this little trio together. So what justice does is it personifies that little voice within us that is observing the truth of any given situation, no matter how inconvenient that truth might be. So we've all been there. We've all done things or said things, and you know, we've just heard that little voice in the back there of our head going, "Oh, you really shouldn't have said that," or "You really shouldn't have done that," or "Was that, you know, how did that serve the situation?" Or, you know, were you doing this in somebody else's best interest, or were you only thinking of your own best interest? That's that little voice. That's the little voice that is constantly observing the truth of any given situation, and that means the truth of our actions. And it's there no matter how inconvenient, you know, as I say, that truth might be. So when this card appears, it's really helpful to look at all the facts and to look at them in an unbiased, neutral way. So don't let your expectations and emotions distort the facts, which is what so the Knight of Cups here is very much about emotions. And this card is saying, well, don't let your emotions distort the facts. So we're looking for balance here, really. And because if you do let your emotions and expectations distort the facts, well, then that just places you on a collision course with reality. Because the truth may not always be easy to confront, and especially initially. However, if you choose to proceed with integrity and honesty, you will find yourself on a stable pathway towards happiness. I mean, that is a fact too. Because harmony and success, you know, and harmony equals success, really, if you like. Secrets and buried truths have the potential to create feelings of guilt and shame. And now we go back here to the Knight of Cups, who's not ashamed to show his feelings. But these are honest feelings that we're talking about. And so really, what justice is doing, it's asking you to face the hidden things so that they can be released. This card is saying, take courage, you know, be honest, and be honest with yourself. And particularly if you are attached to a certain outcome. So it does suggest that, you know, current circumstances could be the result of poor choices in the past. But I'm not really getting that sense with this reading here, because both of these cards here are very much about success and being optimistic and a very bright future. So what justice is doing in this combination, if you like, it's suggesting that your hard work, for instance here, your hard work and perseverance will pay off, and that you will finally receive the recognition and justice that you deserve. So whatever it is that you've done, then you will get the justice that you deserve. And it indicates that you may have faced obstacles and challenges in the past, and but that your determination and fairness will prevail. So this is your determination and your fairness, they will prevail. So you must be conscious of making fair and, say, just decisions, based on your values and principles, so that you can be ensured that your success will be continued. And if there has been a conflict or imbalance, then this will be resolved and fairness and balance will be restored, because sometimes the justice card can be associated with say a court case as well. And so, this is again talking about justice will be served, really, and you will get the justice that you deserve. And the Knight of Cups, here it's all about emotional intensity. And it's saying, to follow your heart and go after what you want with all the passion that you can muster. It's urging you to let your emotions guide you. But then, and if you do that, then the Six of Wands will bring the success and the recognition and the pride in your achievements. So it's this card, together they're telling you to stand tall and acknowledge that you have done really something amazing. And, it's also very much about, suggesting a need for balance in emotional matters. So this would be the time for you to take risks and to step out of your comfort zone to pursue your ideal partner or whatever creative idea that you have. But it's very much about finding balance, and it's encouraging you to tap into your really inner creative, passionate energy and to expand your horizons. So it's very important here to take a fair and just approach to whatever decision making that you have to do, and to consider the consequences of your actions really carefully. So this is very much, it's time to seek out the truth, to make ethical decisions, to be honest with yourself and with others, and to stand tall. Be proud of yourself. So I hope you have enjoyed that reading. I have to admit, I really have myself. And if it resonates with you, do leave me a comment below. So you can subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. I love to hear from you. You can find my email address in the description of the video. So lovely people, until next week, I'm going to love you and leave you.